Step Brothers is what happens when you get high watching Drake and Josh and think, hey, we can do that, but with two grown-ass men. Why is this? What do I feel like I'm scrunched in frame here? Hold on. I feel like I'm scrunched in the frame. Let's try this one. No, I'm crooked. I can't win with this thing. There, better? That's better. Okay. Hello there, I'm Scotty. You're not. We're continuing the Big Ten Will Ferrell. We're going to take another break soon, but won't be for as long. This is the last one. I'll explain it in the next video. I'm going to do one more. Can you quit with the squeaky ass doors, please? Thank you. I need to get this review done. I got to go to the fucking Callan Wine Mister. Anyway. So, Step Brothers tells the story of Dale and Will Ferrell. Why do I always forget his character's name? I almost did that last one. Dwayne? No. Hold on. Brennan. That's why, because it's a stupid name. It's either Brendan or Brandon. What the hell is Brennan? That's not a name. And if you're named Brendan, you suck! No, I'm just kidding. If your name is Brendan, I'm sorry. No. Brennan and Dale, played by Will Ferrell. John C. Reilly. That would have been different. Who... Let me start again. So tell us the story of a man and a woman fall in love and get married, but they have kids. Mary Steenburgen and Richard Schiff. No. I know his name. What the... Jenkins. Richard Jenkins. He was in freaking Cabin in the Woods. And Richard Jenkins, in the movie, they get married, and turns out they both have children. Steenburgen's character has 2 children, Will Ferrell and Adam Scott, while Richard Jenkins has Dale, who is John C. Reilly. Do you guys think that doesn't work? This whole time I'm looking at Adam Scott and I'm thinking, wouldn't it make more sense if he was John C. Reilly's brother? They look more like brothers than him and Will Ferrell. I don't know. But, yeah, so like I said, it's basically Drake and Josh, where the woman has 2 kids, the guy has 1 kid, they get married, only they're grown-ass men, and they still, so, the whole thing here, the whole joke, is that Richard Jenkins' son, that Dale still lives with his dad, and so it is Brennan, while the younger brother, that's right, they do a flashback thing later when they were kids. Revealing that Brennan is the older brother. Now, I can't really say anything because it was always said that I was going to be with my mom the rest of my life, but here I am. That had happened. You wouldn't have Scotty in here anymore. There wouldn't be Scotty here if I had decided to stick living with her. That's fine. I'm here. I'm hip, baby. Okay, erase that last one. Anyway, so most of the film, okay, how do I explain this? The first part of the film, the first half of the film, is them trying to get along. And when it turns out that that's not entirely possible, it actually breaks up the mom and dad. And yeah, they also do something different where normally, the kids would go with them, and then they decided, no, they're better to try to get back together, which they do, but not in the way you would in traditional, because they're grown-ass men. So, when they break up, they just leave Brennan and Dale there to just deal with whatever. They have to go get jobs now, whatever. And, okay. So here's the thing. You guys know I can't stand Will Ferrell. But in this film with John C. Reilly, I think it balances it out. But John C. Reilly is basically doing what Ferrell is doing, but at half speed, like at half of what he's doing. So Will Ferrell is here, John C. Reilly is here. Okay, let's do this. There's a camera. This is Will Ferrell. Here's John C. Reilly. He's half of whatever Will Ferrell's doing. He's half. They keep going up, but John C. Reilly never steps over that boundary. He's never more so than Ferrell. So it works, right? And there are some things that go too far. Like, okay, they sleepwalk. They both sleepwalk. And here's the thing. If they're grown-ass men. They're almost 40 years old. If you know they sleepwalk, you would have a system. Like that movie. That horror movie. Was it the Christmas horror movie with where the kid has like a sleepwalking thing or something. And so they put the pencil on the door to make sure he can't, right? Or get a door that locks from the outside and lock the door so they can't sleepwalk. But no, and by the way, it's the only scene in which they mention the sleepwalking that they walk in, and it was fine if they just kind of walked in on them or something and they kind of redirected them. Okay, it's funny they need to walk. But not only does that happen, they redirect them and they come back to throw all the Christmas gifts on the bed. Then they throw the Christmas tree on the bed, and okay, that's too much. There's too much. You know? You go over, and I'm guessing Will Ferrell suggested that joke because it feels very much like one of his jokes. Like, it was funny at a certain point, and then he just kept going, and then it's not funny anymore. That's my biggest problem with Will Ferrell is that you hit the funny, but then you keep going and it's not funny anymore. And, you know. I also find... So, as they're walking home on one of these times, they say they can't go down to a certain area because someone in his gang is there, and it turns out they're a bunch of little kids. Two grown-ass men then proceed to get their ass kicked by a bunch of little kids. Little kids that are younger than my son. My son is almost 13. These kids are younger, like elementary school kids. That is not realistic. It's supposed to be funny, and it kind of is. I did laugh. Look, the white dog shit. To this day, my one question is, why is it white? I don't know. But, yeah. And there's also two sides of it, where the mom is sort of babying them, but the dad has had enough of their shit, basically. Yeah. There's a running gag where Brennan has a thing for his therapist. But again, in classical Will Ferrell style, he just keeps on throwing out quips that aren't funny. And she has to repeat, no, you know, I'm not. No, I'm not. You know, why you call me sweetie? Don't do that, you know. There's also a running gag where Brennan's brother's wife has a thing for Dale and keeps just showing up and fucking him. Like, sure, it's funny at first. Like, this morning when they did it, I was on a toilet taking a number 2. But, you know, I didn't need to hear that. I'm sorry. But then the second time is, like, the funniest one because, I guess they deleted a third time where she was... That one was kind of stupid. She's in the line, and she's, like, shoving food down her thing, and then she finishes right there. It's like, what? Although that does make later, when they're singing their opera song, that she just... You know, I'm like, how is she... I don't know. But, like, the funniest one is when he's in the men's room, she shows up, and he's like, what? This is the men's room. Can't be in here. It's the men's room. And she just hops on him and starts going to town. And then after they're done, she goes over to the urinal and pees in it by lifting her leg up. She's like, pretend this is the urinal, all right? It would be higher than that, but the chair doesn't go higher than that. So she goes over and she goes like this. I still don't know how that would work. Because I don't think you can aim with one of those. But I don't know how that would work. She would still end up peeing all over the floor, I think. But I don't know. I don't know. Made me laugh. Yeah. But yeah, that's it. The end. No, I'm not kidding. I'm just kidding. So yeah, John C. Reilly, Will Ferrell, they work good together. I can't say about Ricky Bobby, but I heard that their third film they were in together, Holmes and Watson, sucked. So there's that. Remember, everybody being very excited because it was them working together for the first time since this movie. And then it just sort of bombed. Like, it was terrible, apparently. I didn't even seek it out for this review series, or for this thing, because I knew it wasn't going to be that good, so yeah. Like I said, I can't go for I can't speak for Talladega Nights because I don't know. But I haven't seen that one yet, but I can vouch for this one, and they're pretty good together. I also like Mary Steenburgen, although I don't know if it's because she dyes her hair, but Mary Steenburgen looks like the youngest of the four when they're there. I don't know. You got Will Ferrell and John C. Reilly with their frizzy ass hair, and you got Richard Jenkins with no hair, basically. And she's there looking gorgeous. Gorgeous. For someone who's going to be my grandmother. She's gorgeous. And they sure, she probably dyes her hair. But that's fine, everybody does. I've dyed my hair before. What hair? When I had hair. But I'm looking at Richard Jenkins here. And I'm jealous too, because I'm younger than Will Ferrell and John C. Reilly are, period. But I'm also younger than they are here. And I know I am not going to look as good as them at that age. Because, look, it's right here. I'm going to look like Richard Jenkins when I'm almost 40. You understand? I'm 2 years away from their age in this movie, which is 39. Although I think they turned 40 during the thing, but you know. And then we get fucking Catalina wine mix. Okay, so after the parents broke up, Brennan and Dale have to go their separate ways as well. They get their own apartments, they get their own jobs. Dale starts working for a catering service, I guess. And Brennan starts working for his brother's office. And he asks to organize what's called a Catalina wine mixer, which is like a big deal. So they go there and they have the band set up. The band is Horatio Sands and some other people. I love Horatio Sands, by the way. Watch Tomcats. You know, he's good in that one. I love Horatio Sands. He and Jimmy Fallon were good together. They're part of a band that plays Billy Joel, but only 80s Billy Joel. So they start throwing out names like, "We didn't start a fire!" And what's the first song they throw out? It was 80s Billy Joel, wasn't it? Right? But boy, he's singing For the Longest Time, and some dude freaks out and says, "We don't want that shit. You don't doo-wop shit." And so then he freaks out. And then, because the guy freaks out, Adam Scott goes off on Brennan like it's his fault. Like, yeah, he booked the band, but it's your disrespectful, jerk-ass co-workers that did it. They would shut the fuck up and just deal with it. You know, it's like, she's out of my league, right? She's out of my league. They only sang Hall & Oates. Nobody complained there, really. They dealt with it. So just deal with it, man. Stop being a dick. Yeah, but because of this, because we call back, the drum set, right? Don't touch my drum set. I'll put my nutsack on your drum set. Which he does. By the way, I watched the rated R version. The one that was on Peacock. That's the version I watched. I'm assuming it was the rated R version. Yeah. And so okay, so early on, so what causes this breakup between the husband and the wife is because their plan was that they were going to retire and live the rest of their life on his boat and sail the ocean for the rest of their lives, which I can't imagine would have lasted too long anyway. Because you would have, you think something like that is going to be cool, but, which means the other two have to find other things to do. So they become insufferable and cause so many problems. But not on purpose, really. They just are insufferable. They have this idea, Prestige International or something like that, where they did this song called Boats and Hoes. They shot a video. They shot it on the boat and then crashed the boat, but didn't cut it out of the video they were showing to their dad. You have to be the dumbest person in the world to not know, hey, let's edit this and cut that part out or something, right? No, that happens, and so they don't have the boat, and that causes them to break up. And where was I going with that? So then they go separate ways, all that stuff. So so they had some kind of music thing going. So this climax, you want to call it, works and also sort of doesn't. Let me explain. So when the music guy quits, he gets kicked off the stage, Horatio Sands is gone. Richard Jenkins talks to the boys and goes, you know what? You know what I see? I see a drum set, and I see a drummer. I see a microphone, and I see a singer. Because they established earlier that, for somehow, Will Ferrell can sing. And I don't know if it's actually him doing it, but Brennan can sing. I'll say Brennan. Brennan can sing. So, John C. Reilly goes up there in a Yoda shirt and starts drumming. People are yelling at him, calling him, Dale's got a mangina. Dale's got a mangina. What is that, anyways? It's a vagina that a man has, I'm assuming. So, and he's like drumming, Boats and Hoes! I'm like, okay. And so then, eventually Brennan gets enough guts because he has stage fright, but he gets up there and he does it. And he starts singing like an opera song. And this works. It like stuns everyone. What doesn't work is that every once in a while or so, Dale will chant in with Boats and Hoes while he's drumming. And I'm just like, what? Why did you keep doing that? It's not a part of the song. I don't know. Also, Brennan's psychiatrist shows up. His therapist shows up. She hears this. And even though it looks like she's sort of, falling for him, by the end, she's just like, no, I'm not. I'm a therapist. And just, But, she points out the mom is an enabler, which is true. She was the one always enabling, which she hasn't learned her lesson through the entire movie. And just, But yeah, then they take the boat and make it a treehouse for them to live in with, Wookiee masks and porn and, yeah, I don't know. And here's my thought to this. So if they're the cause of the problems, right? Why do they have to split up? Why not say, hey, we're going to go live somewhere together, and you two are on your own. You may have destroyed our hopes and dreams with our retirement, but we're still going to go away, right? But no, they all just split up. I don't know. I enjoyed this movie, though. There's parts that I laughed, especially the fucking Cali and the wine mixer. They make a big deal about this thing that's only brought up within the last half hour of the movie. I mean, Adam Scott has a whole rant. You don't get it. This is the fucking Cali and wine mixer. It's a big deal. Maybe that's Will Ferrell that does that, but it's it's the most important thing in the world, and this is the first time we've ever heard of it, was when he asked if he could work on it. Or maybe he mentions it in passing early on in the film, I don't remember, but just, I'm going to give this, I'll give it a low pretty good. It's good. I don't know if it's better than Night of the Roxbury. It might be, because John C. Reilly's better to work off of. Well, Chrissy Teigen's good too. But, yeah, so we're going to go ahead. We're rolling one dice because we're down 6. So, alright, roll the dice. 4. Okay, 4. 4. 4. Now don't drop it. Damn it. I dropped it. Okay. Oh. Gotta switch it around. So 4. 4. And it is Bewitched. Yes, yes, yes. Good. That's a good one to end on. Not end, but, take a break from. So, I will explain it in the next one. What is... Yes, this is... I'm looking forward to seeing this, so... That'll be next one. So, what are your thoughts on Step Brothers? In the comments below. This is really wonky right now. Let me know in the comments below. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe. Thank you for watching. I've been Scotty, and I'll see you in the next one.